On a hot day, how does this BB cream perform on my 61-year-old skin? Hi, I'm GloryB and this is GloryB-TV, a lifestyle channel for mature women who want to look fabulous, feel amazing, and age gracefully. Well, most of the time I use a full coverage foundation to hide all the imperfections, but in the summer, I really like to use a lighter BB cream. I really like this one from L'Oreal, the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB cream. I use it in the color Fair, and this is one of those things where you might need to buy a couple from a store that takes returns, buy a couple colors and try them out. So I'm going to show you how I put it on. We're just going to do the face makeup, then off camera I'll do my eye makeup, and then I'll come back and we'll look at it through another camera outside later in the day with some daylight just to see how my skin is looking. So let's get right to the tutorial. I'm all set with a clean, plain face. I'm going to clip my hair up and I'm going to start with my Pixie by Petra corrector. Now I'm ready for my L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB cream. This is great BB cream, especially for summer. When it comes out, it's white. So you might have to buy a couple kinds and maybe 2 different colors to decide which color is right for you. I'm using the color Fair. I'll have this linked in the description box below. So you can see it goes on white, but then it is going to turn a color. I am going to use a brush to buff this in. But it's not a full coverage BB cream. Some of these lately in some of my other videos, especially if they're K-beauty, Korean, a couple of those BB creams are really full coverage, but it's a hot day today and even my dog is already, she was out in the backyard with me sitting on the deck and she didn't like how warm it was and it was only 9 o'clock. Okay, so now I'm going to brush that in with a flat brush, my flat e.l.f. brush that only costs a few dollars. And this is where my eyesight isn't getting very good. So I'm using a regular mirror. You can see the top of it there, but I'm going to hold up a magnification mirror after I buff this in just to see what it looks like up close. So here I have a 5X. Even in my bright lights. Okay, it's covering nicely. I mean, I have some big pores left over from when I was a teenager and I was squeezing blackheads on my nose and to the sides of my nose. And yeah, so if any teenage girls are watching this, don't do that. I know you're tempted to, but get with an esthetician and find different, better ways, maybe product ways to handle those blackheads. You'll thank me when you're in your 50s and 60s. Okay. So just looking at my different light, it actually looks pretty good. So now I'm going to continue with the rest of my face makeup. I'm actually going to do an under eye concealer. I've been liking the Tarte Ultra Creamy. And I'm just going to put a little bit here. And then I'm going to use a very slightly damp, not wet beauty blender. And I'm going to blend this in. I need a close-up mirror for this. I'll use my 10X. And I take a little bit of the extra that's on the beauty blender and put it on my eyelid. Now, before I set that, which I'll do and then after my next two products, I don't want to wait to let it set before I put a setting powder on it. So I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. This is the Anastasia Contour Stick in Mink. Get my little jowly things going on there. And I notice in camera I look better if I put a little bit on the sides of my nose. I have, is this an Eco Tools brush? To blend that in. This helps give the illusion of some things. And then I like a non-shimmery highlighter on both sides of my nose. I like the EMLIN under eye corrector for this. And I'm just going to put that on the sides of my nose to brighten that area. And I'm going to use a different Eco Tools flat brush to buff that out. Now I'm ready for setting the under eye, and I'm going to use my NYX translucent finishing powder. I think this is an e.l.f. brush, and also some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. But I'm going to, instead of spraying it on my face, I'm just going to spray it on my hand. Oh, that's not in focus. See, I need a new camera. And I'm just going to put my ring finger in a little bit of it and tap it under my eyes. And I also put a little bit on my nose, just because that's where I see my makeup wearing most quickly, no matter what foundation I'm wearing. Okay, and I just keep tapping it till it's almost dry feeling. And it happens pretty quickly. Then I take my translucent powder and dip my brush in it, tap it off, and then I just tap that area, and it looks really nice. And my nose. Okay, now that I've done that, now I'm ready for a little bit of powder on my face before I put on a little bit of bronzer and blush. So I'm just going to use, this is a Rimmel Stay Matte and a big brush. And I'm just going to do, well, actually normally I would just do my cheeks and a little bit over my eyes, but when I'm filming, I notice I look really shiny in these lights, especially on my chin and my nose. So I'll just go ahead and do more so you're not wondering what in the world, why I look wet. All right, now I'm ready for a little bronzer. The lid broke on this. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It in the light color. It's got a little bit of luminescence. Oh, I just dropped it on my shirt. Okay, I use another big fluffy brush for this. Just do a little bit in the cheeks. I also am wearing from yesterday the Clarins tanning drops mixed with my sunscreen, which lasts for a few days. So it gives a really nice glow. So if you're more fair like I am, you might like to try that. I'll link it below as well in products mentioned. And then I have some blush. This is Studio Gear in the color Crush. I love this. It's a warm color. It has a little tiny bit of pink in it. In the pan, I mean, it just looks dead in the pan, but let's see, I'll put it back by me. You can see how weirdly dark this is, but it doesn't look clownish. You know, it's not bright. Okay. And to buff that out, I'm just going to take my big fluffy brush again and buff that out. And now I'm going to go do my eyes and my hair, and I'll be right back. This is a finished look, close up, of course, in my regular camera. And for lips, again, it's a warm day out, but I just went kind of light. So I'm going with Lipstick Queen in the Saint, which is a little more sheer, and this is in the Saint Mauve. And on top of that, I put the L'Oreal Ballerina shoes. So let's see how this product does, this BB cream, when we're looking outside. So right now it's about 10:30 in the morning. My so-called vlogging camera is going to be my phone. So we'll look now and then we'll compare to later in the day. So it's 11:15 or so in the morning, and I'm guessing where my camera is on my phone. And I'm outside. This is in shade, so you can see how my skin looks. And I'll get a clip in the sun as well. So here's the sun. Okay, so that's 11 a.m. This was around 1:30 p.m. and I was really sweating. It was just so hot. I thought I should show this as well. It is 4 o'clock and yeah, so I was working outside doing some things today and it was hot. It was 90 and I was sweating. So I just looked at my skin in my makeup mirror and it looks pretty good, even though, I mean, I was perspiring on my forehead and I had sweat coming onto my sunglasses and my skin still looks okay. I think it's presentable at least. I still have to go out and do a couple errands and I don't look like I've been sweating, and I think this BB cream looks pretty good. Hopefully this sound is pretty good because I've got some air conditioners behind me making a lot of noise. Make sure to click to open the description box below. You're going to tap to the right side, the little V, if you're on a phone or a tablet, and if you're on a computer, you're going to click show more on the left side below the video. And check out these products. I really like this BB cream. I think you would like it as well, even if you're my age. And then tap one of the images on the right side of your screen to check out one of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.